Hey, NerveSpa family. I have the pleasure today of speaking with Dr. Mark Beck from Beck Wellness Center. And the reason I had asked Mark to join is recently Mark received his NerveWave and actually was pretty excited about it. So, I figured why not capture that enthusiasm on a Zoom call. Hey, Mark, thanks for joining us.
You're welcome, Mike.
Hey, so let's jump in. What if a little bit ago, you got your device in, and you seemed all kind of psyched up and enthusiastic. So, for the audience at home, you know,
Scott, I've been using it a lot on not just myself, but patients in the office. And I've taken it home and I've gone through about every category of it and played with it. But there's a lot of equipment in that small box. I mean, you can use it for a lot of different things. I mean, in the office, I use it for helping people with low back pain, neck pain, uh, shoulder pain, and neuropathy. And at home, I've been using it on the same things on me, specifically for the low back pain and the neuropathy. I really like the neuropathy treatment on it, and I lengthened the time out on it for myself, and I was amazed with in a short period of time how the neuropathy symptoms have turned around.
no, it's awesome. And I say this tongue in cheek, but Mark is an equipment snob, and I mean that in the best way. Mark has a reputation for, among other doctors, quite frankly, about knowing your equipment. And there are plenty of clinicians that will. And I don't want you to get too swelled of a head, but this is the truth. Uh, there are several clinicians that I know that are always curious to see what you think about stuff. So that's why, good, bad, or indifferent. I was looking forward to hearing what you had to say, and just to kind of recap real quick. So anybody, taking a look at our chat here. So, like you said, the nerve wave is loaded, and we added a few things to it, which you got in your device, but there are some main, I call them protocols. As you mentioned, there's one for neuropathy. There's one regenerative pain control, which is back, neck, and joint, that you referenced. There's restorative recovery, like mainly muscle related conditions, post op and so on and so forth. And then there's the vagus nerve. And then we added direct current, and we also added an electroprobe. So to your point, you know, um, there's a lot of bang for your buck. Um, so, and I
I
don't know
haven't
if
used
you're.
the vagus nerve or the probes yet, but I'm just pretty much accustomed to using the self-adhesive electrodes and rocking and rolling with those. But no, I think it's there's just a lot of equipment in that little box at any price. I mean,
That's
and this
that's the
this is
beauty of it. We
well, it's a relatively small price for a lot of different equipment because I mean, it replaces an interferential. You can't touch a clinical interferential unit for this price. You can't touch any of the neuropathy treatment equipment for this price.
well, here's the thing. When we developed this device, there's three business pathways. One, quite frankly, is the premium protocol product, if you will, for somebody to use at home.
Right.
And to your point, uh, we saw with early on with a lot of different clinicians, um, when they got theirs in, they were just naturally curious, so they started using it in the clinic, and they're like, "Scotty, OMG, man, this thing's phenomenal." It's taking the place of you know much much more expensive stuff, you know and more bulky stuff. That's the cool thing about the nerve wave too. It's not a big product, and it's mobile, and I have
That
other
and
clinics that are
it's
renting
battery
it too.
operated, which is I think
Yeah.
another a point that needs to be made because you can cart it, take it to a different room in the clinic, and you don't have to lug a cart with you. I mean, you just pick it up and go, and it's battery operated. So I like that too.
Well, to your point, one of the clinics I work with up in the Northeast, he charges it overnight, comes in, and pretty much for a good chunk of his day, he doesn't even have to worry about charging it up. So not that I want to put you on the spot, any more so than I have already. But I don't necessarily need you to single them out unless you want to. But I remembered you saying to me there was a much more expensive piece of clinical equipment. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking
And
about.
I remember you said, Scott, man, not for nothing, but if I was starting a clinic tomorrow, I would use your NerveWave over this. Now I'll give you the chance to recant. You
No,
know,
no, I would say no. I'd say that again. If I was starting opening a second clinic or another clinic, I would use your machine over the Hako-Med. Especially in the beginning. I mean, I don't know why I would go buy another Hako-Med. Even the home unit is 2.5 times the cost of this. So I don't know why I would even buy the Hako-Med home unit. If I was going to do that, I'd send this home with them.
so it sounds like you just want us to increase our price. Is that what I'm taking now?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I had to be sure. No, but jokes aside, I was genuinely looking forward to hearing your feedback. You know what, one way or the other, because you certainly know what you're talking about, and your
Well,
reputation.
no, if I didn't like it, I'd tell you so. I mean, no,
But so just in case it wasn't 100% clear, you give the Mark Beck official thumbs up and endorsement to the NerveWave.
yes, yeah,
Awesome.
I like it. I mean,
Uh,
yeah, no, but no, it's a good unit at the price, real good unit. So, I mean,
Fantastic.
you can spend more money, but you're not going to get more equipment.
No, listen, that's what NerveSpa is about, effectiveness and value, and every time I talk with some of the clinicians, I'm always just excited because we're always in growth and always coming out with some really cool stuff to help everybody, the patient, the clinician, and this is no different. We got a lot of cool stuff going on, but I'm genuinely super excited about the NerveWave, mainly for the reasons you said. It's just a loaded product with a lot of value, and the feedback has been outstanding. But you just kind of adding your name to that list, that you know that just reinforces what myself and other clinicians have been saying. So thank you for your candor, because I know if you didn't like it, you would tell me. So this is why
We
this
wouldn't
means
be
something.
recording it if you didn't like it. If I didn't like it.
True enough. Let's end on that note. And thanks for the feedback, and thanks for the loyalty, Mark.
Thanks, Scott. We'll be in touch.
All right, be well.
Bye bye.